You can say it?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are happy to be here this Wednesday morning. We have a really fun artist. Actually, my kiddos remembered this artist from times we've done him before because he's just a lot of fun. So excited to share him with you today. I will start out. This is one that you could guess because his images have been used a lot in advertising. So you might be familiar with the images even if you're not familiar with his name. So see if you recognize any of his images as I show you a few of them. Here's one. It's very, very faded because this was on my wall and the sun hit it for a long time. This is one, though it's hard to show without showing the artist's name. There we go. It's raining men, isn't it? Bowler hats. He is particularly known for bowler hats, blue skies with fluffy clouds, and green apples, actually. And he's a surrealist painter. So in all of his work, there's something a little off in it, like the fact that this large boulder is floating, or that this entire scene is made of stone. And this is such a fun artist to do with children. Yes, good, cover his name. Because as I go through these images, I'll be like, what's a little off about this picture? And they get really excited to point out, to figure out what is off, what is a little bit not normal about it. Love this one. What's off in that one? Hey, Goose. You. What's off in this picture? Yeah, the background is in front of her as opposed to the trees being in front of her, which makes it interesting. A lot of times he plays with skies that appear in the foreground or as part of the object as opposed to the background. You can too, but I was going to have you do this one. Oh, okay. Love, 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 love this image. So what is unusual or unexpected about this image? It's a daytime sky, but nighttime house, right? It's all dark with the lamp lit, but the sky looks like it's the middle of the day. What's going on? So our artist usually combines familiar things like a mantelpiece with a clock and some candles on it, and just something a little bit unexpected. The surrealists liked to take us out of reality and kind of into our dreams. And most of the surrealists did very sketchy type of crazy scenes, but our artist today liked to make them very normal, except for something just being a little out of place and kind of playing with that. His rendering, the way he drew and painted things was very realistic, but again, there's just something slightly off about it. He also played with putting images with words, which is why my husband drew this humorous picture back here, because one of his very famous images, written in French, are from Belgium. They lived in Paris for quite a while. And underneath this pipe, it says, "This is not a pipe." But it's a picture of a pipe. But it says, "This is not a pipe." So that's, sorry, laughing at the comment there. But this is not a pipe, even though it's a picture of a pipe. But is it a real pipe? No, it's just a picture of a pipe. So he's not wrong. It's not a pipe, though it looks like a pipe. So using words and images so that our brain and our eyes are like, wait a minute, but it is. I'm confused. Kind of playing with that a little bit. And as my husband heard me talking to my daughter this morning about which artist we were going to do, he woke up with this image in his head of, this is not a pipe, but instead of the smoking pipe, the Mario pipe that you jump down. So, surrealist artist from Belgium, born in 1898, died in 1967. Anybody know who our artist is? This is a pipe, is his name. Oh, that marker does not work.
Yeah.
Our artist's name is Rene Magritte. And again, really, really fun, fascinating images. So fun to look at and be like, and again, a lot of times they're very everyday objects, but in unusual ways because they're too big there. And the sky often in the foreground as opposed to the background as part of the image. Oh, I just love these different scenes where it looks like he's painting the outdoors, but look, his painting is exactly fits into the outdoors, or the window shattered, but it still has the image of it on it. I just love it. It's so creative. Also, this book about Magritte is fabulous. Kids just love it. I'll read a little bit of it to you. Can't read the whole thing for copyright issues, but it's a super fun book. Remember I said that he very often, well, pretty much anytime a man is in his paintings, they have this bowler hat. No, it's okay. I'm going to read it real fast because we're not going to read the whole thing. This bowler hat on, very fashionable, and the suit coat that you see here as he's raining down. He did not like to explain his paintings. When people were like, what does this painting mean? He didn't like to explain it. He wanted you to come up with your own explanation, and liked the mystery involved in it because, surrealists paint dreams, and dreams are kind of a mystery to us. It's not that he intended to be super mysterious. It's just, just was part of his deal. So Magritte's marvelous hat. Yep, you got that out. One bright day in the dark of night, the painter Magritte saw a marvelous hat in a store window. When he tried it on, the hat popped up and floated just above his head. Oh my, said the hat maker. So this is part of why the kids love this book. It's got these fun transparencies. Perfect, said Magritte. He liked how the hat did not pinch his ears or muss his hair. It's going to blow away, the hat maker said, but the hat stayed with Magritte all the way home. Oh no, someone ripped it. Magritte was excited about his hat. He hurried up to his room and went straight to the picture he was working on. For the first time, painting was easy. His brush danced and the colors sang. Magritte painted his best picture ever. The next day, Magritte and his hat took a walk. So it goes on with their fun adventures as they walk and play hide and seek, and the hat helps him paint. But eventually, he stops paying attention to the hat, stops playing with the hat, and the hat gets sad and blows away, and he has to go find it, because he can't paint without his hat. It's fabulous. Trust me. All right. Magritte.
You have to read more.
I can't because I don't have permission from the printing company and the author. I'll show you a couple of more images. This one where he's looking in the mirror, but instead of seeing his face, we're seeing, again, the back of his head. I think he's got an idea. I love this artist. It's so fun. So creative. Let's show one more. Kids don't really like that one. Love this. He's studying the egg while he paints the bird. So he's not really painting exactly what he's seeing, right? But what the egg will become. All right. So many fun projects can come out of this super fun artist because of his very, very interesting, creative style. And it's perfect for kids because they are just naturally more creative. The trick for us adults is how to remember how to be creative and how to practice that so we can get better at that. So first, I have a couple of different project options. And that's so great about doing art right here online at home, because in the classroom, I have to pick just one way to do it. And it's not always the best way. It's the way that works in a classroom. But you have lots of options because you're at home. So awesome. One option. Where did your pandas go? Okay. Inspired by this painting that I've showed a couple of times, where it's raining men. Go on the computer and you can just grab some clip art and copy and paste it a whole bunch of times. You can do them in different sizes. You can do them all the same size, however you want to do them, and have your mom print them out for you, or you print it out yourself. We're going to cut these out, going to paint or color a background, then have our images and glue them all over like they're raining down like Magritte's men were. Okay? So you can do it with just clip art. You can do it with fun images you find. You can do a drawing yourself and then scan it into your computer and reproduce it a whole bunch of times and have your mom print it out. You could try to just draw it all those times, but it's going to be hard to keep it exactly the same, like in his Raining Men guys. So I recommend copying and pasting on the computer. Makes it a little bit easier. It does mean you're going to have a bunch of cutting to do. So if you're a young student, maybe your mom or dad can help you out with that a little bit. But super fun. So you'll grab a sturdy piece of paper and color or paint whatever background you want on it. Then you're going to cut out your repeat images. They're not going to all be standing on the ground. Remember, they're falling through the sky. So place them all over the page. It'll be super fun. So you can do that with like clip art, like I said, or find a picture of yourself and duplicate it again and again and again and again.
Which is be on the paper.
Well, and it's just in black and white because our printer only prints in black and white. But go ahead and print the image a number of times. Again, you're going to take a blank piece of paper, color or paint a background, and then have you be raining down all over the place. Super fun. A lot of cutting to do. Might need some help.
Smiling.
That's okay. Or you could take a picture of you not smiling.
You're falling.
All right. Then the other project option would be to do a collage. So get out some old magazines or newspapers. Again, thinking of how he'd had normal objects in unusual, like put together in unusual ways, like in this picture, where they're just everyday objects, a comb, a cup, but they're a little bit too big for the scene, right? And the wallpaper actually looks like the outside, which is kind of really fun. Yes, honey. Yes, the oatmeal is done. You can go eat. She didn't get the chance to have breakfast yet.
I haven't either.
Okay. We're a little bit late starting today. Hold on. Let's finish the project real quick. So for the collage, what you would want to do is look through some magazines and find a background first. This could be your background. Cut out that whole background, and you're going to glue it onto your page, and then you're going to cut out different objects or animals or people, whatever you want, and glue them on so it is a little unusual. You could try and think of an idea first, like wanting to trick people, like the one picture where it was night at the bottom and day at the top. You could go with that type of idea. You could go with the type of idea where normal objects are too big for their space. You could go with that. Yeah, go ahead. Start cutting out your pandas. Whatever your creative little mind can come up with. These are a couple of examples that have been done in the past.
My mind isn't little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever your big creative mind can come up with. How offensive of me to have said that. So cutting out normal.
Okay, mine is little.
Well, you're kind of little, but that's okay. We like you that way. Normal objects or animals and put them in an abnormal space, partially because of their size. Or you could have like a big image here and cut out a shape where I cut out this person and then put way too big boots on her. It's a very, very simple one, but kind of fun. So many different ways you can do that. Isaac has gotten started over here off camera.
It's not glued on.
It's not glued on yet. Oops. I'm so sorry. Where he's got a nice background. He's got some lobsters cut out. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with this. So have fun. Remember, he's a surrealist artist. He lets his creativity go wild, thinking of subconscious, our dreams, what we come up with in the middle of the night when our brains are just kind of, they're not chained down by reality and stuff. They're just coming up with all sorts of crazy ideas, right?
That's why I stay up late.
Because you don't like your crazy dreams?
Just because I can't stop thinking of stuff.
Oh, she can't stop thinking of stuff because she's got a big brain, not a little brain. So have fun. Again, our artist is Rene Magritte, Belgian, from Belgium. Surrealist artist, painting creative ideas from dreams, images that just don't quite fit together. Bowler hats, green apples. The green apples, I didn't have a picture of it, but most famous, this is probably an image you've seen in advertising somewhere where the green apple is just hiding his face right there. And unusual things. Yep, you've got a big ring as a tiara. All right, so have fun with it. And thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again on Friday. Happy arting.
Look at my panda so far.
Look at your panda so far. Oh, that's okay. I'll help you cut it.
I don't want anything wrong with my big panda. This is